Let's move on to the Monday nighter. Monday, November 13th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Denver Broncos 3-5, 1-2 on the road. The Buffalo Bills 5-4, 4-1 at home at Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. 42 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour. Broncos come in off their bye week with some momentum, surprisingly, here after that big win over the Chiefs at home. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one from a spread perspective over at Pinnacle. We have the Buffalo Bills minus 7.5 at minus 114, open minus 7.5, minus 103. The first move was towards Denver, then it started moving towards the Bills. The Bills now have moved 11 cents at that 7.5 number, and you look around and see Bovada at 8, and any other big books over at 8. No, just Bovada is the lone book at 8. Let's take a look at the total here for this one. Sitting at 47, it is juiced to the under. This opened up at 46. We've gone up 1 point to 47. Taking a look at the cash flow then here. From a cash flow look, we have 37% of the tickets and 76% of the cash on the Broncos line moving towards the Bills. Then you have 92% of tickets and 85% cash on the under, and it's gone up a point. Birdie says he will be betting the Broncos after the show and will also be betting Broncos money line. Spenny Pennybomb says Broncos off a big win finally versus Chiefs, and the Bills need wins badly. I could only lean Bills. Sammy Comer on Bills first half. Sky Dragon says my numbers like Buffalo. Says he capping wants to play Denver, so he'll probably pass. May play Buffalo in teasers. After beating Andy Reid for the first time in 8 years, Mahomes for the first time in 13 opportunities, they stood pat at the deadline, which surprised a lot of people. There are some nice pieces of this on this team that could have been moved. So they kept everybody. What changed against the Chiefs? Well, the first thing that jumps out at you was they ran the ball 40 times and threw it just 19. If you look at the first 7 games under Peyton, they only rushed an average of 22 times a game. I don't know why they would do that. Their offensive line has been a strength this year. I don't know why it took so long for Peyton to understand that that is how they can win football games. Javonte Williams carried 27 times for 85 yards. The week earlier, he gained 82 on 15 carries. Russell Wilson's not getting enough done through the air. Brandon Johnson has been out with the hamstring injury. He's still out. Sutton and Judy, Marvin Mims Jr. had 1 target. I mean, isn't this guy supposed to be this electric offensive weapon? Shout out to Burgundy Bets, $4.99 dono. Thank you, man. That means a ton to us. Thank you to Burgundy Bets. Cortland Sutton has started to look really good. 3 straight games he's caught touchdowns. 6 touchdowns this year. Where's Judy? Judy's caught 1 touchdown this year. When we go over to the defense, they're one of those teams that got rid of Randy Gregory, got rid of a star on the team, and they got stronger. They've allowed, 45 points over the last 3 games? They'd allowed 36.2 through the first 5 weeks. They played the Chiefs twice, held them to, 1 of 8 in the red zone combined. Now, Kareem Jackson has to serve 1 more game for that hit on Luke Musgrave, or maybe not that hit, but all the hits that have led up to it. So he's still out for 1 more game. Bills coming off a tough 24-18 loss to the Bengals. Josh Allen, 26-38 for 258 yards, touchdown and a pick. He also ran 8 times for 44 yards and a touchdown. It was good money fading the Bills. But I don't know if I want to do it here. Stephon Diggs led receivers with 6 catches for 86 yards and a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid caught 10 for 81, but he did lose a fumble. The running game did not look good. I mean, this is a very pedestrian running game. Cook and Latavius Murray combined for 8 carries for 24 yards. Buffalo finished with 1 sack, 7 quarterback hits. The Bills allowed the Bengals to go 8 of 15 on third down. They're not good on defensively on third down. They're 23rd in the NFL. They're allowing opponents to convert 41.7% of third down opportunities. The Bills' red zone defense is strong. It's been strong all year. But when A.J. Klein was going to be out of the lineup with the back injury, that made me so confident in the spot. And now Terrell Bernard is in concussion protocol. What if he doesn't come back? Is A.J. Klein going to be able to come back? They expect that he could. They need him. No Matt Milano, no A.J. Klein, no Terrell Bernard. If that's the case, I want nothing to do with the Bills. But I expect A.J. Klein to be back, and then Bernard will be the big issue, whether or not he is back as well. Take it away for us, Troy. The Monday nighter Broncos, Bills, Highmark Stadium.
We've seen this spot before. Bills angry, pissed off a loss. We've known them to hammer bad teams in this spot. And this is the exact opposite situation for the Broncos, coming off a bye where they had a whole week to party and celebrate their win against KC, which was trend setting because they have not beaten KC ever, right? That's a huge, massive win. So now you get to fade the Broncos going into Buffalo. I mean, it just looks too situationally to be just the best spot I could imagine for the Bills. Broncos off 2 consecutive wins. We know they're one of the worst teams. They got one of the worst defenses in the NFL. That full week to celebrate, and we get the Buffalo Bills, who are a much better team from top to bottom. They're going to lay the hammer, in my opinion. I wanted to talk this one out before, with the group before I moved on it, but I had to take the 7.5 pre-show. So I already got the Bills minus 7.5, and I see Sammy Culmer in chat talking about Bills first half. I tend to like that as well, and I bet that as well. So I got Bills first half, and I got that minus 115, a little juicy there. But Bills as a favorite of more than 3 off a loss. They're 5-1 ATS with a wide first half margin. The only loss ATS and straight up, they lost. The only loss in that sample, 6-game sample since 2020, is against the Vikings. And if you remember that miraculous Vikings comeback last year to cover the spread, to win that game outright, lucky as hell. They should be 6-0 ATS, 6-0 straight up. Tomorrow they'll make it. They'll definitely put up a 6 on the board, and they're going to cover the spread.
Wow, interesting. And what do you think about?
So I'm on the Bills actually 3 different ways because I also have them teased. I have the Chargers Bills, so I have Chargers 8.5, Bills 1.5. I have Bills minus 7.5, and I have Bills first half minus 4.
Well, I love it. I love hearing it. I do need to know what's going on at linebacker for this group. What did you think of this total going from 46 to 47? We know what primetime Mondays have been doing. What do you think of this total?
I want that number to stay where it is and not get to 48, because if it gets to 48, all the trends are negated. I want the under in this game because and maybe it's the Broncos team total. You know what? I don't even care about the total. I just think the Bills are covering the spread. I really do.
They're taking a lot of heat in the media in Buffalo. They're not talking about the Sabres right now. They're talking about the Bills. I get it. I'm need to know what's going on at linebacker for the Bills. I was heavy about the importance of Matt Milano, as I was very heavy about the importance of Matt Judon on the Patriots. So no AJ Klein. Need to know what's going on with Bernard here. There you go. Birdie says, take a look at the Bills' schedule. Bills to miss the playoffs is definitely in play. Wow. And Skydragon says, my numbers like Buffalo, but I agree with Birdie. Surtain can take Diggs one-on-one. Buffalo can't run. Their other weapons don't scare you. Matchup-wise, I hate it for Buffalo. Birdie says, this is not the 2021 Bills. There you go. That is the Monday Nighter. You have Troy bullish on the Buffalo Bills, and I am going to need more time to know what's going on at linebacker for the Buffalo Bills. That total's gone from 46 to 47. The 7.5s are still available at this point. Only one book has moved it to 8. That is our show for week 10.